the heater in your freshman year. What are your expectations for yourself this year?
I don't really have any expectations, really. I kind of just want to compete and do what I can to help the team win this year and kind of just build off of last year. We got a great group, so we got a lot of potential and a lot of we got stuff to live up to last year, but I'm pretty confident with this group that we have.
What have you been trying to just work on all offseason?
Yeah, just a lot of it was like culture stuff. We have a bunch of new guys and new freshmen, all kinds of stuff, and just kind of getting them to learn how we do things here and the culture and like making sure everybody's bought into that was a big part of me this fall.
How do you kind of establish that when you're losing Tanner and Colby and Gavin and all these guys who have helped set that culture? Like, what does that look like for you guys now?
Just making sure that the culture doesn't slip and making sure that they understand like the little things really matter the most, not the big things, and the little things are what takes you to the end of the season compared to the bigger things.
Are there a couple guys who kind of stepped up in that role to keep the culture the same thing?
Yeah, a bunch of the pitchers have been doing a big job with that. Isaac and RJ being some of the leaders on the pitching staff is really huge, and there's a bunch of new guys on that pitching staff, so having those guys that have been here for 3-4 years is really huge.
Your opposite field approach that you showed last year a lot, just when did that start to happen? Because that's really impressive for a young guy like yourself to be able to go oppo.
Yeah, I kind of just had that since I was a kid, and my travel ball coach whenever I was growing up was pretty hard on us, staying in the middle away, so I kind of just adapted that and kind of just stuck with it.
I don't know how long you guys have been practicing the last couple of weeks. Just at third base primarily?
I played a little bit of second, but mostly third base, yeah.
You probably have a preference, no?
Yeah, I love third, but as long as I'm in the lineup and I'm playing, I care less where I'm playing.
What is it going to take for you guys? You're losing a lot of infielders as well. Basically, 80% of your offensive lineup last year. So what's it going to take to kind of replicate those types of offensive numbers for you guys?
Yeah, there's a lot less experience in the infield this year, and I mean Jacob's been here for 3 years now, so he's kind of been through it once or twice, and kind of just leaning on him a little bit whenever we need to. But we got a hungry group, and I think we're really ready to go. So,
how have you seen Jacob kind of improve? Is there one or two things in his game that you've seen kind of take a tick up since last season?
I mean Jacob's just a great guy, and he's an absolute competitor, and I mean I'd ride for that guy any day. So he's a good guy.
What has Martyr kind of been working on with you in the last couple of weeks, just getting you back to campus now?
Yeah, just a lot of approach stuff and just staying strong mentally and just working on the compete side of things instead of worrying about results or whatever the case is, but like just really getting on the compete side and making sure your mentality is correct.
You're slated to have a much bigger role this year. Just what have you kind of done physically to prepare yourself for all the 50 whatever games it is?
Yeah, Daryl's been huge in the weight room and really taking the weight room a little bit more serious than I probably have in the past. So I think that's a pretty big step, and really just taking no days off whenever it comes to that kind of thing.
Have you seen that help you progress on the field as well?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely feel like I have a little bit more power, and I just feel stronger out on the field and healthy and feel good.
Has the team talked much about how this is the last go-round of the Pac-12 as we know it, and just one last rodeo in this conference?
Not really, honestly. We're kind of just focusing on one day at a time and kind of just doing our business. We're not really too worried about everything that's going on. We're kind of just worried about us and what's going on that field. So,
how has Gav been as an assistant?
Yeah, I love it. I kind of treated Gavin like a coach last year. He's one of my best friends, but anytime we were at the baseball field, it wasn't really like Gav's my buddy. He was more of someone that I looked up to. So anytime that he was ever saying anything, I was all ears, and 100% attention was going to him, and it really hasn't changed. So
that's been an easy transition.
Yeah, absolutely.